bring your chair up against a wall. I've got an imaginary wall. So here we are. So standing poses. We're going to get warmed up a little bit with our chair. We already did. So we're going to take it into warrior one, warrior pyramid pose, warrior three. I'll walk you through it. All right, so bring your right foot to the outside of the mat facing the chair. Back foot, step it flat, pointing to this foot is at 12, this foot is at 10. So from here, even out your hips, squared to the chair, bring it down. Bend your knee. Now this is warrior one. Bend your knee. You may have to increase the stance, lengthen it. So squaring your torso with the front, the first thing we do is stabilize. So this right leg and this right hip, take it back. Press the tail down, activate your core. So test out your balance. Do you feel stable? This is where, if you've had an injury, if you've gone several years without doing yoga and you're just starting up, this is great because you're getting your form together, stability, and then you go further. So this is where your knee is over your ankle. Let's take one arm up. This arm's on the chair. And then take it down. Switch arms. Always got your hand on the chair. And now test out your balance. Press your tail down and your strength. Maybe like that right heel is going towards that back heel. So I'm pulling them together towards the midline and then release. Warrior one. Breathe. And let's do that chest expansion while we're here. Bring your arms out, interlace, hook the thumbs, press and open up your chest. And now keep that leg bent. Take the outside of your torso to rest on the inside of that thigh. Just keep it there, thinking about your tail. Press it down. Keep the tension between your heel, right heel, and your back heel going towards one another. That creates stability. And then release. Bring your hands to the chair. Next, pyramid pose. Straighten forward leg. Send that hip back. Go to where your arms can be in a comfortable position. So we've already stretched them. So here, send that left hip back, right hip forward, drop down to wherever you feel good. Okay, so maybe you're here, starting out, feet are in the exact same position, slide it down a little bit, see how that feels, go to the breath, and then maybe down a little bit if you have more in you. Good. Next, slide back, crescent pose, crescent lunge. Lift that back heel, pivot the toes forward, and bend the forward knee. Now you might need to slide that one back. So now hips will be squared to the front, to the chair versus just the torso. So from here, back heel over toes, press the tail down. I've got my knee on the chair. I'm stabilizing. Right hip back, left hip forward, activate core, tail down. One arm up. See what happens here. I'm pressing my right heel to my back toes the right heel, and then the other one. And then do I feel steady? Maybe. Try it out. Find a drishti, a focal point. Breathe. That's a lot. Take it down. Straighten the leg. And now let's get ready for warrior three. For a second, let's just kind of walk it out. That might be too much for one side. In fact, we'll take that on the other side. Let's do the other. All right, so now we'll take it into the other warrior one on the other side. So left foot forward on the left side of your mat. Right foot comes back, points to, let's call it 2 o'clock. So we've got 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. This time my torso is facing, not my hips, because this hip's back here, right? So my torso is facing. Bend forward knee. I may need to bring this leg back. So I'm toe heel, get this forward knee to touch the chair. Send your torso, face it, and now this left hip comes back. My left heel goes towards that right heel. So I'm stabilizing, active core, hold. So maybe you don't have arms. Let's take one arm up, see how that feels. Bring it down. Other arm. Do I feel stable? I keep sending that left hip back, left heel towards my right heel towards that active core. I can bring it up. I feel pretty good here. Breathe. This is so juicy. All right, let's take it into the open chest expansion. Bring your arms to the sides, bring them around, hook thumbs or fingers, interlace, open up. Keep pressing that tail down, activating the core, smiling. Big inhale, exhale. Come on forward, the inside of the left thigh meets the inner torso. So let's send that left hip back, right hip forward. Keep your head and neck in line with your spine. Keep breathing. Lift up the knuckles. If that feels good, you may just be here. Keep breathing. And change. Bring your hands to the seat and straighten your forward leg. Pyramid pose. Again, sending those hips towards one another. Let's take it down. So your hips are squared to the front, to this chair. Bring it down. Soften that forward knee. Go to where you can. Hips, play around with them. When you pull your body forward, it's where your hip will follow. So as far forward as your body is, send that hip back. Tail curves down just a bit. If this feels good, stay here. If you want a little more challenge, come down a little bit. Breathe. Maybe come down. And now slide it back up, change. We're going to change into crescent lunge. Lift up your back heel, pivot toes forward, and now bend your forward leg. You may need to take this thing back, this toe back. Keep the heel, the back heel over your toe because that will straighten the leg. Send that right hip forward. Keep bending. Now, your hips are square with the chair. I'm pressing into that chair so I have stability with my core, with my hip coming back, with this left heel going towards my toes. Take one arm off. How does that feel? Bring it back, down. Other one. Okay, so now I've got a drishti. I'm looking somewhere and I can bring this arm up because I've got everything stable. Breathe. Try this at home, and if you want to come to a class, when all this is over, you can. You'll have some steadiness. You'll have the steps. All right, taking it down. All right, so now step it in and let's walk it. Next, let's do warrior three. All right, so right foot forward, left foot back. So we're back into a crescent lunge, forward leg bend. So if I were here, this would be the crescent lunge. But now we're going to giddy up and balance on this right leg. Activate your core, giddy up, drop that left hip, point the toe to the opposite. Now this is really difficult, but if you want, you can bend both knees. Straighten that leg if you want a little more, and send that lift that leg up. Point the tail back and under, lift the leg up, breathe. If it's feeling a little stress here, bring that knee in and let's squeeze the knees. Exhale, take it out. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, out. Last one, squeeze. And then bring it down. The crescent lunge again. Put your knees back. Straighten that leg. Bring the back heel over your toes. Send the left hip. Stabilize belly. All right, so if you're in crescent lunge here, feeling pretty stable, and now giddy up and take it. Bring your arms down. This back leg, point the toe to the opposite wall. Send the hip down. Press up. Bend those knees to any degree. And breathe. Drop your shoulders. Guide your tail under. Press the heel back or keep it bent, the knee bent. And now we'll take it in and squeeze. Exhale, out. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, out. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, out. And now bring it together. Walk it up. Shoulders up and then down. All right, next is the Warrior 2 series. Let's take a breath. Bring your hands to heart. Okay, right side. So if you have handles, that's great. If not, so you're going to take your knee up against the chair. Your foot is facing forward at noon. Back foot comes to in line with your right heel. So if you took your right heel and back to your arch, heel-arch connection. All right, send that hip down, bend. All right, so you're going to see me from the back. Guide tail under. All right, so now, do you feel stable? I'm sending this right hip back, left hip forward, activating my core. Now, bring this arm up and over. All right, so now, twist is ensuing. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Avoid what they call surfing. Shoulders over hips. Right knee bent 90 degrees, bring your arms out. Press your tail down. I feel stable. I got the heels going towards one another. Now, take your gaze over your fingers, keep firming arms. Flip. You can stay here, or you can come on up and over. So up and over, I feel a nice stretch on the side. And let's do what we did before, Gomukhasana arms. So bending that right arm, taking the left arm back, maybe shimmy up as far as you can. They don't touch, no big deal. And just press back a bit. So you get a deeper stretch. And then come forward, release back into Warrior Two. Now it's extended side angle. Bend your forward arm, bring it down to your thigh, extend, left arm high. Drop your shoulders, use your arm on your knee to twist. It's leverage, twist more. One line of energy between your leg, your ankle, and your fingers. Smile and breathe. Next, release this hand, bring it to the chair, and then straighten the leg. So the chair becomes your tool. Press your tail down, shoulders back and down, hips forward. Use your hand on the chair to help you twist. Look up to your fingers. Smile. See how joyful this can be? For me, it is. And I know it is for you. So think about how you can share your joy today. Good. And now bend your knee. Bring your hand to your waist. Look forward. Plant your hand. Plant the other hand. And now pivot, bend, step up. So now it's the other side. There's always two sides to every coin, huh? All right, so let's roll shoulders. Take a little bit of a breather in between. And now left side. Left foot is facing noon. Take a step back. So the intersection of your forward heel goes to the arch. Right foot is at 2 o'clock. Now, sending your hips forward, bend your forward knee. Bring the knee up against the chair so you feel an outward stability, but you're going to create an inside too. So from here, torso facing, send that hip back, tail down. With your arm here onto the chair, either the arm of the bench part, take it over. So now, Warrior Two. Feeling pretty stable. I am connecting, sending these heels together. So energetically, I feel it through here. Active core, release. So now, shoulders over hips. My knee is I'm feeling stable, like I'm touching the chair. From here, just take your gaze over your left. Flip the arm for reverse warrior, inhale up and over. Yes. So feeling that stretch on this side. Breathe. And now bend the top arm, take it to the middle of your back. Release this, or stay here. This is totally fine. Maybe you go up, just come up here and press down. Maybe you take your arm around and you pivot. Or you shimmy the hand up. Take it back a little bit for a nicer arch or a deeper stretch. Keep breathing, keep smiling. Awkward pose, calm mind. And then release it. Let's take it back into Warrior Two. Bend this forearm and then bring it down. You can even have your hand here. You can then flank your top arm. Twist. One line of energy between the ankle flowing out of those fingers. Keep pressing into that left against the leg. Yes. Good. Next is the triangle pose. Your hand down onto the chair, arm up, and then gently straighten. Maybe you're just here, maybe you're here. Good. Drop your shoulders. Press your hips forward, shoulders back and down. Now use your hand on the chair to help you twist. Look up. And now let's just get out of this one. So turn forward, bring your arm down, lift your heel up, pivot forward, bend both knees, and now take it in. Next is wide-legged forward fold. Go to where it's wide enough for you. I like it real wide, but some people would just like it a little up more than hip width distance. So straight back, active core, come on down. Bend your knees, go to where you can, and just rest. So this is a half down dog as well. So great, spread your arms, point your fingers to the corners of the room, drop your head down, roll. So this morphs into something else. Pull your ribs in, tail points, curve it down a bit. Just let your head hang. Moving towards your head being under your heart. Great for whatever ails you. Headache, you may have a headache, you might feel a little down today. Anytime I feel down, I think about someone else, and I feel so blessed that I can help others. So I just, again, give a little gift of joy to someone else. Do a little shared laughter, bend knees, and now walk or slide your hands. Now grab a block. Maybe you have your head pressing onto the chair for stability. So I've got my head pressing very lightly because the corner is a little bit pokey. So I'm going to think about my back. Press, tail under. That will straighten your back, rib cage in, and maybe take it down. You've got your block. You put it on its side. Soften your knees. Grab onto the legs of the chair. And this is your first time in many years or ever doing yoga. I hope we inspire you to do more of it. So back and forth, back and forth. Walk it up. Pull. Your hands are using your hands on the block. Or bring it up to the chair. Drag your head forward, tail down. Drop your shoulders, pull your ribs in. Think of a flat back. Think of soft knees. Keep breathing. All right, so now toe heel in. Next is yogi squat. So toes to the corners of the room, tail under, bend your knees in line with your toes. Bring to any degree. First, let's start here. This is, again, a leg strengthener. Drop those shoulders down. Think of a flat back. If you can go down a little further, maybe take your block to the middle, or this is a big pillow that you're sitting on. Down. Tail's pointing down, head up. Keep your head and neck in line with your spine. Pull your rib cage in. Now, you don't always walk around with a mirror to see if your back is straight. So do the best you can. I'm lucky because I do have a mirror. Breathe. If you want, you can release. Fingertips. Good. And now using your hands on the chair, press it back up. Lift up your toes, bring them in. Hold here for forward fold. Guide your tail down. Your hands to your shins or keep them onto the chair. Let's walk it up. Shoulders back and down, tail down, arms to your side, close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart. Next, we're ready for Shavasana. But a quick twist, always a quick twist, supine twist. All right, so bring one leg around. Big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist one way, drop your shoulders, point your tail down. Take it back. Next side. Big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Tail points down. Breathe and then relax. So one of the most important things to get to your true self is to sit still. So we're going to sit still into our Shavasana. Centering thought is, I see the inner child in everyone. So whenever your thoughts wander, you're going to bring it back. So sit up straight, shoulders down, press tail down. Go back to your breath. Very, very comfortable place here. Palms face up, soft face, area between your eyebrows. Let that furrow relax. Maybe open your mouth and then close. Take your breath to a natural state.